Okay, so what is scalar multiply? Scalar multiply, it's for example, you got this vector. You see the two that we're going to multiply. It could be a k represented with any alphabet or any number. So that two, and this is a representation of our vector. So that two is going to multiply everything inside that vector. So 2 times 2 to give us 4. 2 times 3 is going to give us 6. So this should be actually 6. Okay. So this is what you see on scaling. Okay. Now, and this is a resultant. Well, the resultant is inside, and then this is how you get the magnitude. Okay, ax squared, ay squared. So this is how you get your magnitude all the way down. Okay, so and then the representation of a 2D plot, this is what you see, x and y. And here it's x and y, x and y. So that 3 is actually x, and then this one is y. So you see, x, this way we have x, which is 3. Y, this is where we have y. So this is 1 and 3. And remember, this is where you have y. Y is 2. So that's why you see y is 2. And then x, negative x is here. So these two lines, that point, this is how you can represent it into 2D. And then if it was 3D, this is what you see 3D here. X, y, z. This is 3D. You got z, x, and y. Okay, and then just to emphasize more, what you see this side is actually negative y, and what you see here is actually negative x. So this is the center, we have 0. This point, you will find it between negative y and then negative x. That's why you see there is a negative sign between those, in front of those two x and y axes. So it could be any value. It could be negative 3, negative 5, depending on what you have. There it could be negative 3, negative 5, whatever you have there. So just to give you an idea. So if it was negative 2 here, and then negative 1, so I was going to represent the negative 1 there, and then negative 2. Always start with the x, y, z. So since we only have 2 points, so that's what you see there. Now let's say 3D one, x, y, z. So this is where you got y, this is where you have negative y, x, and z. So, and here we see negative x, negative z. So this is actually 3D. So that's why you see we have 3. Okay, and then if you have to locate that point there, if it's in 3D, okay, so that's why you see that point is represented by x, y, and negative z, because this side, this is where we have a negative side, negative z. Okay, you can see this is where negative z, and this side positive z, and positive x, that's why x is positive, positive y, that's why y is positive to that point. So we can have any value here. For example, if I can say we have 3, here we got 2, and at this point we have maybe negative 1. So I'm going to represent y is 3, x is 2, negative 1 is z, just to give you an idea. Okay.